start with the player who is the current world number 11, but has been as high as world number 10 already this season. It's her 100th appearance with us here tonight on the PSA World Tour, and she's already got 9 PSA titles. She beat Olivia Klein by 3 games to 1 in her round 2 match, a second British Open and the winner of the Cleveland Classic and the London Open back in 2021. A staggering win rate of 76.8% at the moment. Let's hear it for England's Gina Kennedy. And her opponent this evening is playing in her highest world ranking of world number 3 and makes her 203rd appearance on the PSA World Tour. 14 PSA titles now in total, having beaten Cindy Merlot yesterday in round 2. They're looking to book their place in the quarter-finals, which will take place on Friday. It's a 5th British Open, a semi-finalist in 2021. She was the finalist at the Windy City Open in 2022, the Black Ball Open in 2021, and the US Open in 2021. From Egypt, the number 2 seed, Hania Hammamy.
Welcome back for the penultimate match of today's play. The number 2 seed from Egypt, Hania Hammamy, takes on England number 2, possibly soon to be England number 1, Georgina Kennedy. I'd like to welcome all our viewers on the Facebook, YouTube and TikTok channels. These matches will be going out live across the World Wide Web. Things are starting to hot up nicely here. It's a packed stand, this terrific court at the University of Hull. Currently number 10 in the world. Georgina Kennedy's rise into the top 10 has been nothing shy of miraculous, really. Turned pro back in 2012, so she's in her 11th year on the PSA World Tour. 99 matches, so it's a centenary this evening. Already got a 76.8% win rate, which is absolutely phenomenal, really. Converted 9 titles out of the 12 finals that she's played in, so it's a wonderful conversion rate for Gina Kennedy. Former Harvard graduate from Kent in the south of London. Under the guidance of Ben Ford. He's been working with Gina for many years now, and finally, all of that hard work has come to fruition. But she'll be up against it here tonight. This will be a real test for Kennedy. Unfortunately, we've just lost the ball, which is rather conveniently landed in the VIP area. So our opponent this evening, current number 2 seed for this year's event, high world ranking of number 3, 21 years of age, again staggering talent. Hammamy, 7 years on tour now, 202 matches already, so a real wealth of experience for Hammamy. Just under the 70% win rate for her, and a 50% conversion rate for her finals that she's competed in on the tour. The majority of those have been in major events, so again another very quick rise to the top of her game. They've never actually played on the PSA World Tour, so unfamiliar territory for both players. And joining me for this evening match, the lovely Vanessa Atkins.
Good evening, PJ.
How are we doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Lovely to see. Is this a maiden voyage for us?
This is.
Never actually commentated before.
Our debut commentated together,
well,
which is quite miraculous considering how long we've both been in the game, PJ.
We won't give any ages away here, no. So please. But no, it's lovely to see you again, and thanks for joining us.
Looking forward to it.
Welcome to Hull.
Thank you.
Looking forward to this one.
I am.
What should we expect?
I don't think this is going to be a simple affair at all for Hammamy. Obviously the favourite. First time playing against Kennedy, which has been the case for a lot of players over the past year.
Sure.
You know, as you mentioned, she's come from seemingly from nowhere, but obviously had huge amounts of pedigree playing college squash in the US.
Yep.
But I mean, that's got to be some kind of record, the rise into the top 10. I can't imagine anyone's done that before.
I actually think it, yeah, I think it has been confirmed. I can't remember the number, the number of places and the amount of time it took her, but it was pretty meteoric. Terrific mover, very, very quick, very nimble on her feet, Kennedy. But I think it's going to be tested by Hammamy. This will be, for me, a real test of the squash of Kennedy. There's no doubting her athleticism and her movement and her court coverage.
Time.
Well, what I've seen her struggle with a little bit is when players are able to stop her movement, so the hold, you know, players like Shabini that can stop and start. Someone like Kennedy who needs a huge amount of rhythm to play well. Hammamy doesn't use that as much as a lot of the other Egyptian players. She's a little bit more of a route A type of squash player, which I think will help Kennedy to settle into this match. You know, she's not as experienced on the big stage as Hammamy, but she's gaining experience very quickly. She's played a lot of big matches. It doesn't seem to phase her too much. She's always still the underdog, isn't she?
No pressure.
No pressure at all.
No pressure.
So I think she's going to perform well. I think this could be a lot closer than people might think.
Interesting. Well,
Hammamy coming off a disappointing result for her. It was actually Noor Al-Tayeb. I got it wrong when I was talking to you earlier. It was Noor Al-Tayeb she lost to, which obviously Noor Al-Tayeb coming back from having a baby, and so not a terrible loss by any means, but disappointing for Hammamy. She wasn't happy with that at all. So a little bit of a point to prove, I think.
Play will start in 15 seconds.
So here we have
Allam British Open
taking
2022 Women's Round 3 match. Georgina Kennedy,
final ladies match of the day.
Hania Hammamy of Egypt to receive. Best of 5 games. Level.
It's a powerful start from Kennedy.
1-love.
I do feel that if Kennedy is going to have any joy this evening, Vanessa, it's imperative that she gets herself up the court, taking time away from Hammamy. If she settles in and kind of allows the ball to retract to the back of the court,
2-love.
Hammamy's squash may be a little bit too good. So obviously she's done her homework and her tactical game plan with Ben. If she
Absolutely.
can implement that.
Well, that's what she likes to do. That's how she enjoys playing the game. She's very, very busy around the court. Wants to take the ball early. Played at frantic pace.
Hand out 1-2.
Does take the ball in, but quite conservative with her shot selections. Runs it in straight.
Down. 2-all.
Well, she's trying to play fast here, Kennedy, but has to make sure that those accuracy levels are in sync with that pace. Anything slightly loose, Hammamy's so good and skillful that she'll punish Kennedy for the loose play.
Yeah, Hammamy needs to sort of keep her composure with her squash. I think retain that accuracy, not allow herself to be rushed by Kennedy.
4-2. Down. Hand out.
Not sure she meant that, but the down the middle shot.
So bad it was good.
Out. 4-all.
Good start for Kennedy, 4-all. Certainly not showing any signs of nerves. Wonderful retrieving, front left-hand corner for Kennedy. Well, she slipped, but she still managed to retrieve.
Great rally.
Down.
Oh, the error from Hammamy. It's the pressure that comes from the retrieving ability of Kennedy.
5-4.
Who was under pressure for most of that rally. Hammamy has to expect that ball to keep coming back.
Yes, let 5-4.
Oh.
Oh dear, no appeal.
Wow. Really surprised she's not reviewing that.
Yep, right box, 5-4.
It's probably a little bit shorter than it looked from that back angle.
Stroke Hammamy. Hand out, 5-all.
That was nice from Hammamy. See the effect of the hold there because Kennedy pushes so far up the court so quickly, almost overcommits forward, makes the hold even more effective.
Well, she's lost the rally there, but for me, Hammamy put some serious work into the legs of Kennedy.
6-5.
She seems to have found her accuracy levels. Good weight of shot there, combined with the hold, as you said, Vanessa. It is stopping and starting and rocking that movement. But she's, again, it's another good movement day for Kennedy, so she's hustling away here.
No let. You took the wrong line.
See this again here, drop comes in.
Oh,
Hand out, 6-all.
not sure where the line was there.
It's good height from Kennedy. It's out.
Out on the
Again,
front
it's very
wall.
accurate hitting from both
Hand
players.
out, 7-6.
Finding their line, their range, widths on the cross court, all reaching the sidewall, so terrific start. 7-6 lead for Kennedy.
Handout 7-all.
Just switching it up here slightly. Hammamy serving from the left-hand side. Good height. Slightly more variation in the paces and the heights
Kennedy.
that Hammamy's hitting, but it's another good squeeze.
Still in the way. Handout 8-7.
Yeah, I feel like Hammamy hasn't really done much wrong so far in this game. She's been creating a lot of pressure within the rallies, but it's the hustling, isn't it, from Kennedy?
100%, yeah. Just keeps that extra ball coming back, forcing the hand of Hammamy.
That's a lovely shot. Perfect length.
Yeah, I totally agree, Vanessa, but again, just watching the movement of Kennedy, she's got to be careful that the first motion off the tee doesn't get dragged to moving back in the court. Use that speed sometimes to maybe cut across the middle and hunt the volley a touch.
Down.
She squeezed the air again. It's that one extra ball coming back from Kennedy.
9-all.
Hustling away.
Again, she pushes up so quickly out of those back corners that the hold and then pushing it into the back
again.
So effective.
Yeah.
Hammamy maybe not her natural style.
Yes, led 9-all.
There's the hold, just as you were saying there, threatening with the front right-hand corner. As Kennedy charges forward, the hold back across the body into the back of the court now presents Hammamy with the first game ball.
Yes, lad. 10-9.
It's not a bad decision here.
Player review, Hammamy.
Go for the review.
On the yes,
Was the entire front wall available for the Egyptian? It's not a great shot again from Kennedy. The ball's middle of the service box. Can she go cross court from here?
Oh, it's close. Very close.
I mean, she's read it. Is the ball a touch behind Hammamy? That's the only argument really where, no, I think she's in. She can play that cross court. And it
yes,
would have hit Kennedy. I think she's a little bit fortunate there.
No reviews remaining. 10-9. Game ball.
Good length from Hammamy's, trouble for Kennedy, and that's a beautiful touch. And there you see how important that first game was for Hammamy.
It's 1 game to love.
Bit of relief possibly for the Egyptian. She was under the cosh there from England's number 2. Highly entertaining first game, 14 minutes, 11-9. And the number 2 seed leads by 1 game to love.
Fantastic first game from both players. Could be in for a treat here, PJ, if this continues. Hammamy really tested in that first game. Played pretty well. She was putting a lot of pressure on Kennedy with her squash, but Kennedy able to stay in those rallies with that incredible movement. A couple of times that Hammamy used the hold, you can see the effect that has. You have to stop that movement of Kennedy. Very relieved, I think, to get through that.
Yeah, I mean, it was nip and tuck all the way through the back end of that first game. You could tell that it was frustrating, the Egyptian. Full credit to Kennedy.
In 60 seconds.
Just a touch more accuracy possibly on the basic hitting and starve Hammamy of opening up the court. One thing I'd like to just possibly take a look at in this second game, if we can, when I'm watching the racket preparation of Gina Kennedy, on the backhand side is excellent. As soon as she moves off of the tee onto that backhand side, she lifts her racket up pretty much straight away, which gives her an option to look to volley. On the forehand side, when the ball is switched across the body, it's a bit of a long process for her to get to the top of a swing. And it's a bit late and it's a bit slow.
15 seconds.
Therefore, I feel like she's missing a lot of opportunities to actually hunt that ball down on that right-hand side of the court. So ends up having to go deep into the back of the court to retrieve. The ball gets behind her too much. So possibly we can have a little look. Oh, here we go. We've got the overhead camera to try and highlight what we're talking about here. There, the racket's up straight away on that backhand side. Urgent movement there.
Not up.
It's a sharp start.
Out. 1 love.
From Kennedy. Both players being rewarded for taking that ball in short. She's carried away again, but again, even in that particular clip there, Hammamy's preparation on the forehand is up straight away. Two love lead, good start for Kennedy. Yeah, it's good. Good urgency of movement into the front of the court there from Hammamy, using the speed to attack.
They could definitely tidy up a little bit in those back corners, Kennedy, if she's right on her back foot, reaching behind her. Put into that, really deep into those back corners. You can really get some loose balls from the English player. Oh, that's nice.
She's done well there, but again, for me, there's a lot of missed opportunities in that mid-court area on the right-hand side. The ball, she just, that first motion's always kind of back in the court.
Good start for Kennedy. I mean, the focus and the commitment in every rally is just extreme, isn't it?
It's phenomenal.
Almost sort of Gohar-like, but in a different way. Terminator 2.
I actually saw a very short clip that was released. I think Gina Kennedy did an exhibition match a few days ago with her coach, Ben Ford, and Ben was commenting how Gina may not be the most naturally gifted and talented of players, but in all the years that they've worked together, there's never been one bad session where there's never been full commitment from Kennedy. And she'll be one of those players that ekes every ounce of ability out of her talent, and that's
huge.
Proof of it right here.
Huge. It's a super strength.
Correct.
5-1.
Yeah, and you're right, it starts in practice and then it's obviously carried through into every point of every match. It's a short career, make the most of it.
Tight squeeze.
Hand out, 2-5.
Oh, that's beautiful.
3-5.
Just luring Kennedy into the front right. As soon as she commits that movement there, you see she charges up there and then the hold across.
It's the only way to take that speed away from these players that move like this.
You ever see David Evans play, Vanessa?
Yes.
He was very good in those front two corners.
4-5.
Used to hold and utilise the flick very well. Just increased her accuracy levels here, Hammamy, starting to show a class after a 5-1 deficit. Again, that first motion, the first step from Kennedy's always reverting to the back of the service box. That is severe.
Clever. Great play from Hammamy. Knew she needed to get onto this.
Left box.
And she did.
Yep.
So back to even Stevens, 5-all second game. Hammamy leading 1-0. That's brilliant.
Oh, severe.
Brilliant. That's the difference, though, Vanessa. You spoke about the hold, and rightly so. This time she actually got into it early and hit it early, not allowing Kennedy to even get back to the tee. Such good, astute kind of awareness from Hammamy, isn't it? 21 years of age, it's impressive. The options in her artillery are pretty extensive. It's better.
Oh,
Again.
Left box.
Again, it's the awareness, isn't it? It's a similar
7-5.
scenario to what we saw the rally before. Ball comes in, she's onto it early, takes it early, and that, for Kennedy, really, the accuracy just not quite deep enough into the back of the court and punished.
Yeah, it was a little bit short, but it wasn't loose by any means. It actually had a really nice line on it. You don't expect a winning boast to come from there.
Not up.
It's a good spell here for Hammamy.
Really good. I mean, 5-all, Kennedy really needed a good spell of squash. Does not want to go too love down here. Slight hold there again. Oh,
Out.
forehand boasts all over the place.
And out. 6-8. 6-8.
Oh, it's beautiful, and that's the danger.
And
Taking the ball in short is all well and good. If the
9-6.
precision isn't there against a player of Hammamy's quality, you're going to pay the price. Beautiful, lovely poise and lovely pose and hold on the finish there from Hammamy. Now 4 game balls for a 2-love lead. Look at the finish there, lovely control of the follow through.
Out. 11-6, game to Hammamy. Hammamy leads 2 games to love.
Now, what a turn of events there. 5-1 lead for Kennedy, 10 points in a row for the Egyptian. Number 2 seed now leads after 25 minutes by 2 games to love.
Well, that's the sign of a real champion, recognising those key moments in matches at 5-all. There was just a gear shift really from Hammamy, put together, you know, 6 pretty perfect rallies really to close out the game. Didn't put a foot wrong. Perfect shot selection, everything was accurate. And Kennedy, all of a sudden, the game was over. She was right in there and then it was gone.
There you see it, 5-1 lead, Kennedy, before Hammamy turned up the gas.
In 60 seconds.
Impressive stuff, really, from the number 2 seed. Didn't panic, 5-1 down. Some people would possibly think that that's a bit too much of a margin to claw back, but stuck to a game plan. A lot more holds and a lot more deception from her, stopping that movement of Kennedy and then punishing that.
Play will
Whenever the ball was a
resume
bit
in
loose
30
and inaccurate
seconds.
and didn't find the back corners, Kennedy paid that price. She played very well, Kennedy. Didn't actually play
15
badly in that
seconds.
second half of the game, was just exposed a little bit. Really like the tempo that
Hammamy
Kennedy's trying to
leads 2
play out
games
here,
to
Vanessa.
love.
It's a bit different from what
Love
I've
all.
seen of her of late. She's obviously, it's something she's trying to instill, but it's that balance, isn't it? Be trying to do that, still maintaining that high level of accuracy.
Yeah, and I think she still has a little bit of a tendency when she's really under pressure and on the run
One love.
to hit out of pressure, hit out of corners.
Yeah.
You know, when she's in that playing fast mode. But that's just, you know, that's never going to get you out of those situations. You've got to use the lift, you've got to use the height. Line
Tight
hitting
work, and then
in
you
that
can hear the racket clunking.
this last phase, that second game, and that line hitting has just been pretty impeccable from Hammamy. And then paired with a slight hold, it just creates space on the court in the front, makes the short game more effective. Oh, forehand boast.
Seen a few of those, haven't we?
Hand out 1-all.
Went charging up again there, didn't she?
2-1.
Anticipates the right way here. Onto that very early, stops the movement. Actually, a bit of revanche for Kennedy. Another good start.
Down.
Well, Hammamy's still going to have to put it
3-1.
together for at least another game, because Kennedy is just going to stay in as long as she possibly can.
Yeah, that's one thing you can guarantee with Kennedy. She will fight to the bitter end. And that's ridiculously quick.
Hold.
It's a pattern, isn't it? You see Kennedy who charges up to that front right-hand corner
And
again,
out, 2-3.
looking for the drop.
And up, thank you.
Again, it's the threat of the cross-court this time from Hammamy. She gets up
3-all.
into the position nice and early. Looks as though she may be looking to hold and flick, but then just gets onto it and plays it. So hard to read when your opponent approaches the ball in the front of the court with the same racket preparation for 3 or 4 different shots.
Well,
Yeah,
Kennedy on
well
the
played.
attack. Very well done.
Didn't panic there. She had Hammamy on a piece of string, but
And out, 4-3.
patiently biding her time till the opening was that simple.
Attacking the front a bit more in that rally, Kennedy. And again.
And out, 4-all.
Little hold and flick. Oh, not far off. Missed opportunity in that rally there for Kennedy.
Left box, 5-4.
Hit the ball straight back to Hammamy. That's a lovely
Quality,
shot.
Beautiful hold. But that's the hold with the
And out,
accuracy, isn't it?
5-all.
Showed the short ball there, didn't she? Whipped it deep.
Down.
Well, that's the pressure.
6-5.
She hasn't had many of those, any kind of cheapos for Kennedy. So the continued perseverance and the tenacity of Kennedy. She's got herself a couple of 3 points. Tight, very tight. Again, just allowing that ball to travel to the back of the court. She could cut that off earlier. Take some time away from Hammamy.
Out. 7-5.
Just looking at the body language here of
Right box.
Hammamy, Vanessa.
Thank you.
I think the pace of the game is possibly having a little bit of an effect on her.
Yeah, she gave away a couple of freebies, as you said, which we haven't seen so far in this match. It's been pretty relentless, hasn't it? There haven't been any weak spells, really. Any lulls in the match.
Hammamy's actually finding it quite hard to get in front of Kennedy now. It's the English lady that's dominating the middle of the court.
Well, she's actually starting to take the ball in short a little bit more in this game. Maybe a slight shift in tactics. Oh, lovely.
Eight, 5.
Well, she's given up the ghost there. Well, this is encouraging signs.
9-5
for Kennedy. She's definitely got into the physical side of the game for Hammamy. I mean, it didn't have to be that good. It was a great shot from Kennedy. 5 game balls to claw this third game back. Still a 2-love lead at the moment for Hammamy, though.
11-5, game to Kennedy.
Looking for a new ball. She's not happy with the dead court.
2 games
Hammamy.
to 1. Miss Hammamy has requested a new ball, which she is entitled to at the end of the third
35
game.
minutes of high-octane squash. 9-minute third game, 11-5 for Kennedy. The England number 2 is back in this match, but Hammamy still leading by 2 games to 1.
Well, what a turnaround. The quality of those first 2 games and the length of the rallies just taking a little bit of a toll maybe on Hammamy. You know, that ball just keeps coming back. There's no easy way through against Kennedy. Every rally, you have to be fully in it. And there was definitely a drop-off there from Hammamy. Good awareness from Kennedy, who took control, got some quick points on the board.
Hammamy's gone for the new ball there, Vanessa. Do you feel that's a wise decision?
She maybe just wants a little bit more bounce, a little bit more life in the ball so that she's not dragged into those corners.
Yeah, possibly. Again, 5-4 lead it was for Hammamy before Kennedy rattles off 6 points to take that. So
play will resume in 60 seconds.
Players that have run away with the second halves of the game.
They definitely started to attack the front a little bit more in that game, Kennedy, and I don't know if that was then challenging Hammamy a little bit more physically. Maybe felt like she was losing that battle into the back corners and needed to change things up a little bit, but it worked.
I think it's that in addition to that, the fact that Kennedy has stepped up the court and she started to hunt that volley a little bit more, especially on the backhand side, not allowing Hammamy the luxury of time.
Well, the start of this fourth will be crucial.
15 seconds.
Kennedy will be trying to make this as physical as possible. New ball being warmed up. Won't take them long.
Not at this rate, no. That will certainly settle you down.
Maybe it was the extra extended break that Hammamy was looking for.
Hammamy leads 2 games to 1. Kennedy to serve. Level.
It's good length. Just panicking a little bit there, Hammamy. That ball would have come off the back wall. So she's certainly rushing the number 2 seed here, Kennedy.
Hand out 1-all.
That's an example there, Vanessa. You're talking about perhaps a little bit of height or some variation from Kennedy. She went charging up there and just tried to wallop the ball back into play.
Yeah, just leave yourself completely exposed. She was so far up the court.
It's again.
Well, it's the perfect rally for Kennedy, really, if she wants to get some work into Hammamy early on in this game.
Brilliant.
Hammamy definitely needs to win these rallies.
2-1.
Brilliant rally.
2
enough on it from Hammamy. It's a very good rally, even though Kennedy lost it. To get that into Hammamy early on in this fourth game could pay dividend later on.
And out 2-all.
Well, she's unlucky there, Kennedy. It was the right shot to put. Hammamy, for me, physically, she's dropped off a little bit here. Some of those movements in the back there, a little bit laboured, struggling to hold a lunge.
Cross courts a lot from that position as well. Kennedy, front right, straight ball would have been very effective there.
Yes, lad. Look for the ball, not your opponent. 3-2.
Not really sure what else Hammamy could have done there, to be honest. I'm
surprised she's not reviewing these.
Yeah,
there was one early on in the match as well. Maybe just because it's early in the game.
Yeah. Well, she started to read the flick now, Kennedy. Front left-hand corner, Hammamy, the tendency's been looking to go for that cross-court. Kennedy now, she's onto it like a flash. Just enough. It wasn't a great width from Hammamy.
And out 4-3.
Just enough to get beyond the reach of Kennedy. Good length, just enough angle.
5-3.
Good weighter shot for Hammamy. Second bounce just near the back wall. Two-point cushion. 5-3 in the fourth. Oh, she's whiffed it.
Oh.
And that's fortunate.
Oh.
And out 4-5.
That is painful.
I mean, the speed of feet to get out of the way, though. That would have hit me flush in the shin.
Down. Oh. 5-all.
Created the opening, again with lovely length into that back left. She's overcomplicating it a little bit, isn't she?
I was just going to say that tendency to hold and flick, because she had some joy early on in the match. She's now neglected that simple straight drop or volley drop. It's good work. Still finding the accuracy at this stage of the match on that left-hand side.
Oh, that's lovely. Ball dropping in the air, so difficult to control.
Hand out, 6-5.
Got herself nice and low. Great shot. Hammamy desperate to close this out in 4. Oh, God.
Really frustrating.
Hand out 6-all.
And she'll take it. It's a big swipe at that from Kennedy. Just enough on it to get that above the tin.
Sorry, not sorry. Worked that time.
It's poor post though, wasn't it?
7-6.
Number of options really for Hammamy in this front left-hand corner. Got the width as well. I'll tell you, it's all been going in the way of.
I'll tell you what, the timing of each one as well.
Correct. Just when you feel that Hammamy, well, she's so desperate to try and get a lead.
Hand out, 7-all. No lead.
Again, pushed so far up the court. Ball was actually quite deep.
Hand out.
Ran away nicely for Hammamy.
Now would be a good time for another shank for Kennedy.
Another spooner.
Down.
Oh, she just clipped it off.
9-7.
It was a very ambitious shot to go for at that stage.
It wasn't far away. I mean, Hammamy was off to that front left-hand corner.
Match ball.
Just enough there from Hammamy. She's not stopped playing that shot. And that time she got the reward, 3 match balls for the number 2 seed. But she's been in the wars here against Gina Kennedy. Always stayed in.
Oh, lovely. What a finish.
11-7, much to Hammamy.
It's the awareness, isn't it? She's been going with the cross court,
11-9, 11-6, 5-11, 11-7.
Forehand side that time, went straight on 2 occasions, back to back. Fantastic game of squash between these two ladies, just under 50 minutes. The number 2 seed books her place into the quarterfinals here defeating England's number 2, Gina Kennedy, by 3 games to 1. To see this again as Hammamy fires in that first shot to the front. Kennedy charging forwards, holds, flicks it deep, just beyond that reach. We're now going to head courtside to listen to Hammamy and Michael.
Hania, you've broken a few hearts out there today by knocking out Gina. A great result, well played. You hadn't played each other before on the PSA World Tour, so let's get your assessment of her as a player and where the challenges were for you tonight.
Well, we've never played, as you said, but I've been watching her a lot. I know she's a very tough opponent, very difficult, so physical, and we trained together a couple of times. And God, in training, it felt like a best of 5, to be honest. So coming here today, I had to be very sharp. I had to bring my game A to beat her. So as you saw, it was so tough, so physical. So really glad I managed to come through.
And how big a part is the mental preparation for a crunch match like tonight? Again, the fans don't necessarily see the work that goes on the other side of the black curtain in the warm-up area, but you were here early, you were in the zone. I mean, I think you were warming up physically for about half an hour.
Yeah, as I said, in such a physical situation, such a physical match, I have to be very prepared from the first point. I shouldn't take for granted any cheap points or anything. I had to warm up really well and do a lot of like footwork a little bit and stuff like this, so I can keep myself sharp and focused from the start.
And short break, you get tomorrow off, but then back to play Tina Gillis of Belgium, who successfully got through to the quarter-final stages as well. How do you rate her as a player, and how tough a match is that going to be?
She's done a lot of improvements recently, and she lost twice to Noor 3-2, which is very massive. And I watched both matches as well. She played really well, and definitely looking forward to tomorrow's match because I haven't played Tina in a long time. So I'm sure tomorrow's the match is going to be very entertaining.
Yeah, we'll give you tomorrow off, just to clarify. Yeah. You don't have to come to work tomorrow. You take a rest, take a break, and we'll see you in the quarterfinals. Hania Hammamy, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. Good job.
Well, a very nice rest day coming up for Hammamy. Had to work very, very hard for her place in the quarterfinal. Fantastic effort from Georgina Kennedy. Great match, just huge quality all the way through. And we talk about the tenacity of Kennedy, but she was up against one of the most tenacious players on tour. And Hammamy has been in these situations so many times and dealt with the pressure of losing that third game superbly well. Fantastic fourth game. She moves through.
So here we have the final match of the day. The number 5 seed, former world champion Tarek Momen of Egypt, takes on Baptiste Masotti from France. We'll be back.
Okay, we're on to the last match of the night, day 3, round 3. Another place in the quarterfinals up for grabs. Don't forget, we've got another round 3 taking place tomorrow from midday. Hopefully you can come back and join us for some of that as well, with the quarterfinals on Friday, the semi-finals on Saturday, and the men's and the women's final on Sunday. So let's see who's going to go through and pinch this next quarterfinal place. France versus Egypt, as I mentioned, and we'll start with a player who is the current world number 20, but has been as high as number 19. 224 PSA appearances now, with 5 PSA titles, and he beat Portugal by 3 games to love in his round 2 match yesterday. A second British Open, a last 16 in last year's tournament in 2021, looking to go one better this year. And let's hear it for France's 26-year-old Baptiste Masotti. Racing out of there, didn't he? His opponent today is the world number 5. He's been as high as world number 3. 502 appearances now on the PSA World Tour, with 8 PSA titles. He beat Yao Ung by 3 games to love in his round 2 match. An 8th British Open. He's been to the quarterfinals on 3 occasions and was a semi-finalist at the Windy City Open in 2022. From Egypt, it's the number 5 seed, the Viper, Tarek Momen. So good luck to Tarek and also to Baptiste for this one, playing for a place in the quarterfinals. They've met once before on the PSA World Tour, and that was in November 2021 at the Canary Wharf Classic. Momen going on to win by 2 games to 1. Remember, that was a best of 3. Tonight is a best of 5. That last match lasting 32 minutes. I think we'll get a little bit more for our money this evening. Enjoy this one. Your match referee is from Germany. It's Ralph Harrenberg, and your video referee from England, Jason Foster.
Half-time.
Welcome back. This is the last match of the last 16 at the top half of the draw. Part 2 coming up for you tomorrow, don't forget. But Baptiste Masotti, the French number 2, taking on Tarek Momen, the world number 5. Baptiste playing in Canary Wharf was a little bit out of sorts there. He was recovering back from COVID, playing his 225th match. Thought he would match him with the British Open colours, Masotti. Nice red and blue tradition. For me, if he can get a bit more structure to his game and more consistency and variation, then he could definitely start moving into that top 16 and pressing, you know, knocking on the door of of the top 10 in a couple of years, but he's going to have to look at that a little bit more. This man doesn't seem to slow down in any shape or form, Tarek Momen. He'll want to bounce back, and the winner of this event, oh, sorry, the winner of this match will play Ali Farag, who got through very efficiently. Joining me in the comms box, my old cellmate Paul Johnson. They tried to separate us, but we're back in.
No chance.
Very comprehensive. It was in the best of 3 format there. Moment dealing with Masotti. Well, PJ, British Open, you don't get bigger than this. I have to say that it's starting to really simmer, and the men's and the women's competition looking pretty tantalising, and definitely a few scalps have gone. Could we see another scalp disappear tonight? Do you think Masotti's got the minerals, got the patience, got the belief to take out Momen?
I think he's certainly got the belief, whether he's got all the qualities and the traits that are required to overcome Tarek Momen. I'm not so sure yet he's ready to beat Tarek. He's still kind of behind him significantly with the experience factor, and I think for me, Tarek Momen on this stage will have a little bit too much wealth of knowledge. So
play will start in 15 seconds.
I think it'll be a good run out for Tarek Momen, but he'll have to be on his mettle, although he'll have enough to come through.
Well, the referee,
Allam, British Open,
central position.
2022.
You can see him there.
That's round 3 match.
He's very, very smart. Ralph Harenberg.
Masotti of France to serve.
And his
Tarek
support
Momen
system in the
Egypt to
VR
receive.
position is Jason
Best of
Foster.
5 games. Lavo.
And we're into the last match of tonight's play.
Out. Hand out, 1 left. Down. 2 left. Stroke the Momen.
Well, Tarek Momen hasn't actually had to win a point yet.
3 left.
2 unforced errors and a stroke for the Egyptian. It's good use of the lob. A lot of players are struggling in those back 2 corners.
Hand out, 1-4.
That's rapid.
Just to reiterate to the viewers, to spread the word to any of your contemporaries that aren't members of Squash TV, that this is being streamed free of charge on the PSA YouTube channel, also on the Facebook channel and TikTok.
5-1.
Yeah, it's well played from Masotti. Tidy.
This is better, he's more calculated with his hitting here, PJ. He's
Hand out.
no way he's going to be able to hit Tarek
5.
Momen off court. A bit more measured.
That's the challenge for the Frenchman.
Down. 3-5. Yes.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, it's a nasty slip. It's good work from Momen. Just again using that speed to apply pressure onto this nice and early. Slightly high on the backhand volley drop from Masotti.
Thank you. Hand out. 6-3. So. Hand out. 4-6. Out. Thank you.
Well, it's been a game that's been littered with
5,
errors. Both
6.
players playing their part. But he's done well to get back into this first game, Masotti.
Shut up.
And that's poor, really,
And
off the
out.
return of serve.
7-5.
Just when you're clawing your way back into a game, you can see his movement there. He's retreating into the back of the court. That's tight from Masotti. He's done well there because it was a great backhand volley drop initially from Tarek Momen, but the counter drop
6
was even
7.
better than that. Check this out. That's very short, very low. And that stays very tight.
Yeah, very tight.
Down.
Yeah, it's just a bit too short again. Frustration there for Masotti, smashing
And
the side
out.
wall.
8-6.
Doesn't deter Tarek Momen, just continues to throw that ball in short at will.
Down. Hand out. 7-8.
It's getting tasty.
Down.
It's just for trying to force the issue. There wasn't really the
Hand out.
ideal opportunity for Masotti.
9-7.
It's a lot of fast hitting, tempo's high, but at the moment accuracy just needs to improve a little bit.
Down.
Again, it's another error.
Hand out.
Rather scrappy first game, really.
9.
Well, that's tight, very tight.
Oh, it's good patterns here. He's doing slightly let him off the hook. Oh my word, that's very good movement there by Masotti. That's brilliant, PJ.
Absolutely, Joey.
Cracking rally. Brilliant rally, what lovely touch.
9-0.
Really strong lunge, he gets in there. And then the flattening. Oh, dude, do drop in.
Please.
Really tickled me. What a, I mean, that is quality, isn't it? Just to reiterate to the viewers, we can use that, the tin cam, because of the clear little squares
Just a moment, don't wipe
just
your
above
hands. Thank
the
you.
top of the tin on the right and the left-hand wall. So this is unique to this court. Fingers crossed moving forward, PJ, when we get these glass courts a bit more consistent.
No. This would be a one and done. It's a great idea, so we won't ever use that again.
That was outrageous.
Beautiful.
Sorry, I'm still going on it. He just missed that. It was a great opportunity for him. Massive opportunity. Oh, terrific.
Hand out, 10-all. The player
Very
must
impressed
win
by this first game. It's the best I've
points.
seen
Each player
Masotti
has
play.
one
I've
review
got to be honest with you,
available.
in terms of the calculated, controlled squash, it's more mature and it's more varied. Again, good pressure.
He's playing at such a tempo that's taking Tarek Momen a little bit out of his comfort zone. It's like a little green hornet, isn't he? Buzzing around.
Yeah.
Stroke to Momen.
Well, he could have volleyed that, but again, this is the experience of Tarek
Sure.
Momen. He just waits and
He has the
lures
right. He has
Masotti
the
into
right
the
to
swing.
do it.
He can play it when he wants. He's well within his rights to do this. But he knows, watch, as soon as he hits that, he knows
Yeah, he
that
knows
that's coming back into the path of Masotti.
Hand out, 11-10.
The age-old trick, PJ. The age-old trick, and he gives him game ball. I quite like the nickname for him. I mean, he's obviously the Viper, but I think the Green Hornet's very good. Well done.
Down.
Well, that was a bit of a
Hand out.
miscue, to say the least. It
11
went in,
all.
the ball was very tight and tried to flick it cross-court. See this here, it's a lovely lay-in.
Yes, lad. Player review Momen on the yes, lad.
Well, they've both gone for the review here. That was actually quite funny. See that again.
What's the ruling with
Watch
that?
this here. Watch this here. Look.
Please, can we clean
Watch.
the board?
Masotti
Thank
initially
you.
goes for the review. Check this out. Keep this running. Masotti goes up for the review.
He goes up first.
Yeah, but then Momen goes after this. If we keep this rolling, you might see. There goes
Yeah,
Masotti.
he goes first. He's first
We'll
up
keep
with it.
cutting out too quickly so we can't see it. But
Yeah, his arm goes up there.
There, after, but Momen does it first. Watch. Initially Masotti, watch. And then Momen goes up after, but we don't see it.
Yeah, so Masotti's first.
Yeah.
Yes, lad, decision upheld. Momen has no reviews remaining. 11 all. You look a bit for the player. 11 all. Down.
Oh, it's an error. It's a gift.
Big gift.
Hand out.
This stage of the
12,
game,
11.
just can't afford to give any freebies away.
Not at all. Not
It's been his undoing, really, from Masotti. I mean, he's done brilliantly well to get back into it, but you can't afford to go 4-love down, giving those points to the opponent.
Down.
Oh, he's done it again. He's done it. It's on his head.
11 game to Momen.
It's on his head. He's got to be
That lucky
start. Well, I'd be thanking he didn't have his head taken off there unintentionally. Just a bit of frustration from Masotti, and rightly so. He had his opportunities there, the Frenchman, and he squandered them. Momen leads 1 game to love. We just see Vanessa Atkinson in the crowd with Lee Drew.
Well, it's 13-11 on the scoreboard, but it was littered with unforced errors from both players. Neither one could really grab the game by the scruff of the neck. And as we felt, it was Tarek Momen just proving to be that little bit more experienced, and when required, didn't hit the tin. Too many unforced errors by far from Masotti, but he's played extremely well and testing the former world champion. Oh, scared the life out of Tarek with the old. He wouldn't want to shank that one. That could have been very nasty.
That would have hurt. Well, we can see the fantastic mini squash court there. Very, very innovative.
Play will resume in
cool looking as it
seconds.
glows. I'd like to give a shout out to Craig Banyard and Berkshire Squash, who have purchased one of these for the youngsters to try and get the grassroots up and running. We can see the pro level all around the world is doing superbly well. We've got to get this grassroots going, PJ.
How much are they, Joey? I might get one.
You might get a discount, actually, considering
Doubt it.
We've done so much for the
Play
PSA
will
Foundation.
resume
I'm sure you
in
would.
30 seconds.
And also, I've got to give another shout out to Simon Street, who's the chairman of Berkshire Squash, and he thinks you're the second best looking Squash TV commentator.
After Lee Drew. I'll take that. That's brilliant. Thank you,
15
Simon.
seconds.
Thanks. He's a handsome man. We've seen that on some of the squash forums that Drew Boy's by far the best, the most handsome
Momen leads
commentator.
1 game to love.
He has a very similar look to, who's the musician?
Lavo.
Who's that musician?
Don't know. Elton John?
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones.
It was Cat Stevens, actually. They look very similar right now. Cat Stevens does look a little bit younger, though, to be fair.
Down. Hand out. 1 love.
It's good, tidy. Slightly loose from Masotti. Ball just softening up
Hand
a little
out.
bit. Tarek Momen, the trademark backhand volley drop into
1
that
all.
front left-hand corner. And there's the reward for just a simple basic length from Tarek Momen.
Mr.
Straight
Masotti,
drive,
don't
tight,
use the wall. Thank you.
down the line, second bounce
3-1.
into the back wall nick. 3-1 lead for Momen. And that's a bit of a shocker. That was in the middle of the tin.
Yeah. 4-1.
Didn't quite see that one, unfortunately, Masotti. Swing and a miss from Momen. Good height from Masotti. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Tarek Momen
Right
would have
box,
questioned the
please.
pickup. Not quite sure. Maybe we'll get the old tin cam on that one.
5-1.
I mean, oh God, PJ, you really do know how to call the shots. Fantastic.
Hand out. 2-5.
Beautiful, beautiful shot. Nice variation. Change
There's
of
the hold.
pace.
Yeah, well,
Stop
it was
the
movement.
They saw the variety, the lob initially,
Hand
a
out.
couple of shots
6-2.
previous to this, the hold and the power cross court.
Down. Hand out. 3-6.
He's done it, he's played it, he's only got that back. I mean, this footwork, Tarek Momen's speed around the court, it just is not slowing down at all. And there you see the finish. I mean, that's unbelievable. Quality rally from Momen.
He's feeling it here, Masotti. You know, the lightness of Tarek Momen as well as his speed. He's got 12 years plus.
Hand out.
I'd say
Close
probably
down.
15 years of
7-3.
brutally hard 5-set matches in that body of his at the highest level.
Down. 8-3. Hand out. 4-8. Stroke the Momen. Hand out. 9-4. And out. 5-9. Down.
Just clipping the top of the tin there. Normally serves him so well, Tarek Momen. 3-point cushion. Oh, he's got a bit of a gift there, though.
10-6.
Went short
Game
off
ball.
that return. It's a couple of times Masotti served and then moved into the back of the court. Got caught going in short for a moment off that returner serve. He read it.
Oh,
Oh,
11-6.
He's done it again.
Game
Hands on
to
hips,
Momen.
rightly so.
Momen leads.
This time, obviously,
Against
there
the
was more
left.
distance in the score line between the two. But Baptiste Masotti had Tarek Momen flapping right behind him. "26 minutes now for this last match of today's play, and the number 5 seed leading by 2 games to love.
Yeah, it's another quality second game. Tarek Momen, just again the experience from this, I can't say young chap because he's not, but the way that he's navigating his way through this potentially dangerous customer in Masotti, it's impressive. His speed, still, that was a bit of a carry, but he's still his biggest weapon. But there you see, just clipping the top of the tin. Too many errors again from Masotti, but a 2-love lead for the number 5 seed.
The Green Hornet. Oh goodness me, he's I know he's more of a nocturnal being, but he was struggling with the lights
Play
on him
will
there.
resume in 60 seconds.
It's very impressive squash from him. Masotti, heavy sweater. Another change of t-shirt. No, he's in great shape, but he's feeling it. He's up against this fleet-footed, hugely experienced,
Play will resume in 30
battle-hardened
seconds.
ex-world champion.
Fifteen seconds. Time. Please, can you close the door? Thank you. Momen leads, 2 games to love. Level.
We're into this third game, and that is a blistering opener.
Thank you.
He is looking in tip-top form. I'll tell you what, don't want to write off Masotti because he'll fight to the bitter end, but if he continues this form, Tarek Momen, we are going to see a belter of a quarter-final with Ali Farag.
I think we're now starting to really get into the...
Yeah, just conceding that one actually hit the roof of the building.
Starting to really hit the meat of the tournament now, and then right on cue, Joey. He's one out. He's hit one out and one into the ceiling.
Heard me again.
Well, here's the drop-off.
3-1.
It's the flip side of Tarek Momen.
It's a curse of the commentator. It's gutsy, Masotti.
It's good squeeze, it's good pressure.
4-1. One. Down. Six one. No. 7-1.
Well, what a turnaround here from Masotti. No, well, you were right in some respects because you said you can't write Masotti off.
Hand out. 2-7.
Just hear Renan Levine in the crowd encouraging his man. He knows how dangerous Tarek can be even at 7-2 down.
Okay. 3-7. Hand out. 8-3.
Just feel that he needed that point, Masotti, just to extend that gap, quash any hope from Tarek Momen.
Hand out. 4-8.
The issue he's got here is, even if he does win this second game, he wants to do it without using too much unnecessary energy.
Down.
There's a bit of a glance out the back of the court there.
5-8.
Oh dear, this is a little bit wild. This is absolutely unbelievable from Masotti. 7-1 lead. Tarek Momen giving up. At least he's keeping the points short and sharp. So as I said, not wasting that energy. Well, we heard...
Left, please.
I mean, this, to be fair to the experience of Renan Levine, he knew the significance of that particular rally, and he's completely dropped off it, Masotti. He's lost his focus and concentration. Unfortunately, that's not like a light switch you can suddenly just put back on again. His tail's up here, Tarek Momen. I mean, this is astonishing, this turnaround.
Box, please.
This, oh no, you can't call it. You can't write it.
8-0. Stroke to Masotti.
Well, that is a gift.
Hand out, 9-8.
And it's mad, absolutely crazy stuff from Tarek Momen. He's clawed, he's done the hard work to get himself back into the game. And then he's given that advantage straight back to Masotti.
Hand out, 9-10, game ball.
It's cutting this seriously close.
Oh, he's gone for it and he's got it. That was brave.
11-9, game to Masotti.
New ball.
Momen leads, 2 games to 1.
Asking for the new ball. Needs to be...
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got it there. Ralph just getting it out, just confirming. 35 minutes, Masotti leaving it to the last moment, holding him off. We've still got a match on our hands here. Looking forward to this 4th game coming up.
Well, a rather bizarre 3rd game, really. Tarek Momen looking in complete control of this match. And all of a sudden, a complete drop-off by him. Good start from Masotti. Got himself off to a 7-1 lead before Tarek Momen just was gifted a couple of cheap points and then his tail was up. Got back to 9-10 and very edgy for Masotti, but he's gone for the cross-court nick for the winner. And the fist bump for the Frenchman. He's back in this at 2 games to 1 down.
Felt he deserved the game after that first because it was his to squander. Very impressed with Momen's 2nd game and thought he would press on. I made that comment, which I truly felt at that time, but as you said earlier, thank you, because you've always got my back, that I did say that this young man is a fighter all the way to the death. So looking forward to this 4th.
Play will resume in 60 seconds.
He's a big confidence player, Masotti. Not only does he fight to the death, but he also, when he gives given a bit of an extra incentive, he is like a dog with a bone, like a French bulldog. I'd say you're like a King Charles.
Play will resume in 30 seconds.
No, you're too sophisticated. You're like a King Charles, and
Mr. Masotti
Lee Drew's like a poodle.
requested a new ball after the 3rd game, and we need a bit of warm-up.
Yeah, we do. We do. A bit of vormy. Were you pretty selfless when it came to warming up, or did you just bash it to yourself?
15 seconds.
I actually learned a bit of a lesson from your dad, funny enough. At absolute most, I would hit the ball back once to myself, but for the most part, it was straight back cross court.
Yeah.
And reason being, I heard him telling somebody once that he had never understood why people keep hitting the ball back to themselves in a warm-up, because you never do that in a game.
I know. I mean, it takes a lot of ball control. It takes a lot of ball. Yeah, exactly. It takes a lot of ball control to hit. Continue. Rob Martin. When I was fortunate enough to have a session with Rob Martin years ago when I was playing, a long time ago, and I was on the Gold Coast, and we went on court, and he did the same. So he was hitting a single shot back to me, and it was just the ball was getting bigger and bigger and hotter, and I was getting further and further back in the court until I was basically squashed up against the back wall. Youngsters today, they seem to have a private solo, particularly the American youngsters.
Well, it becomes a game. It's if my opponent hits it twice, I've got to do it 3 times.
Yeah, just a private, selfish solo practice.
Out.
And I've literally seen it, 12 shots to themselves, and then they just play a little boast that hits the tin all the way across, so their opponent then has to go up and get it from the front of the court. Really annoying.
Very.
I blame the coach.
I do as well. I've seen that with a lot of your players.
Down.
Yeah, I mean, Tarek Momen, he's always got a gear there. As I say, he's really not one of these players that likes to win 3 love.
Left box.
Yeah, just catches the floor first. Such a wonderful angle.
It's brilliant. Brilliant angle. You wait till we get the pole cam. You haven't commentated with the pole cam yet, PJ.
I've seen the jib Not seen the pole cam,
Well,
now we've got the sync up.
Pole cam's the same. It's the same thing.
1-2.
Yeah, we did the jib in Dubai.
In the World Series finals.
This is just a bit more of an efficient jib, yeah.
2-all.
That's an unbelievable boast under pressure there. Tarek Momen's played a decent cross court onto the backhand of Masotti
Right
here.
box,
It's behind him, but he drags it back up to the front. And it's not often that you see Tarek Momen a little bit slow and flat-footed into the front right-hand corner.
Down.
It's another error. I mean, it's a really bizarre game, isn't it? Tarek Momen just goes in and out of these phases of brilliance into the front of the court and then kind of errors out of nowhere. Masotti had a good position on the tee. Didn't need to take that ball on.
Down. Hand out. Three, 4.
Just leaving that as a voice message. Well, he's gone for the dive. He's up very quickly, but
Court service,
cross
please.
court. Just out of reach for Masotti.
Thank you. For all, left box, please.
Scurrying around. Both players a little bit loose through the middle of the court.
No lead. Five, 4. No lead.
What?
No lead.
No lead?
No lead.
Review because it doesn't work.
He's gone for a review here. He's not happy.
Come down. Player review Masotti on the no lead decision.
No lead decision. Part German, part Welsh, isn't he, Ralph?
That's an interesting combination.
He's gone for the between the legs here. Watch where he actually ends up trying to hit the ball.
The thing is with Masotti is he probably can hit it between his legs. That's a crazy thing, but
I don't see that's a no-let, though. That's a no-let. I've just realised what the original decision is. I mean, how's he supposed to swing?
hang on a minute. It's gone.
He's gone for a no-let.
No, but it's gone through his legs. He's gone through his legs and it's hit his opponent. The ball's hit his opponent.
Decision overruled. Masotti has run review remaining. 5-4. Momen from the right. 5-4. Not up.
Revanche for Masotti.
And out. 5-4.
Slaps that cross court in the neck. He's got it.
The moment.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Player review. Masotti on the stroke decision.
Well, he's convinced this is good enough, and he's not sure that Momen would have got this return back.
Comments during the slow motion. Thank you.
Doesn't see that till very late, Tarek Momen.
Well, you've got to see the sky cam, haven't you?
You can't see it though.
Stroke to moment, decision upheld. Masotti has no reviews remaining. Hand out, 6-5.
It's hanging in the balance here, isn't it?
It's tough. It's tough. He's being tested, pushed all the way here.
Not up.
Ball has really dropped off again.
But it's a new ball.
Hand
That's the
out,
ironic thing.
6-all.
This is only
But
been.
there's no activity to the back of the court, though, is there,
No.
really? Everything's kind of, first opportunity, it's going short. It's almost like a short game.
Not up.
It's a great shot. It's a very good shot.
Hand out, 7-6.
Oh dear, oh dear. That was ambitious.
Just say the least.
Looked good.
8-6.
Yeah, when it comes off, it looks good. But would.
Slimmest of cushions, though, for Momen. 8-6.
Not up.
He's done well in that front left-hand corner. There's not many people that can take Momen on in that
Hand
area.
out. Seven, 8.
It's a shot that a lot of the French players play very well, isn't it?
Yeah, the
Through
movement,
Courtier,
yeah, the pattern of
Castagnier,
movement, a lot of-
Marsh, yeah.
A lot of drills and routines setting that situation up. See the way he accelerates into that corner. Again there, right on cue. This is a wonderful angle. Look at that. Oh, well played.
It's a great
What you
exchange.
can do when it's as tight as a tiger. Oh,
And
wow,
out.
look at the exchange. Look at it,
Oh, that is
PJ.
brilliant. That is brilliant.
Absolutely superb, Dan Dobby.
9-7. Yes, lad. Yes, lad.
Sorry?
Yes, lad.
I'm just asking for the Sorry.
9-7.
It's good length from Momen. Equalled by Masotti.
Didn't
He's
find
gone
the
for
nick.
it.
It's hanging on. Yeah, nicely. Oh, just left it a bit high. Momen in, cleared well, very well. Gets in here,
10-7. Match ball.
gets out the way very well. 3 match balls for the number 5 seed. He's played it Still got it. Oh my
Did
goodness
get it
me.
as well. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Oh, that was a great rally.
Even
That was
the
a
rapid
superb
movement
rally.
of Momen, unable to squeeze that one back.
Hand out.
Terrific exchange again in that front
8-10
left-hand corner.
match ball.
Yeah, it's been a real good battle down that that area, through that area. Switch to play, clever from Momen. Oh, he's done well. He's done very well.
I mean, look at the body language there of Tarek Momen. He kind of planted his foot and then he just couldn't move.
Match ball.
Does hit very good width out of that area. Momen's going for it. He's done it. He went for it. He went for broke.
He needed that, Tarek Momen. You can see the relief on the face of the Green Hornet.
13-11, 11-6, 9-11, 11-9.
Some good squash there. Very good squash. Really enjoyed that game, PJ.
I did, Joey.
50 minutes, 4 games. Moment taking out Baptiste Masotti of France. 3 games to 1. Well, he needed to do something, and he did it. He was balanced, to be fair to Tarek Momen. In that position, he was balanced and he was covering with his movement. It was a great shot. We're going to hear from Tarek with Michael.
Tarek, great match to finish on this evening. You both gave it 110% as we had expected. Just a word or two on your opponent and how far he pushed you this evening.
Yeah, well, he put up a huge fight. I was particularly proud of my performance in the second game. I felt like I played like I had the perfect game plan. Everything was going the way I wanted. And despite all that, he never gave up. He kept pushing. He didn't give me any cheap errors, maybe just 1 or 2. So, and then he wasn't even fazed by the fact that I went 2-love up and he came into the third firing. Then he gave me a few cheap errors. I almost got it back, but then he hit like a ridiculous winner off the serve. And in the fourth, it was brutal. I mean, surprisingly, we changed the ball, and it came out even deader than the one we played for 3 games. So I don't understand how it works. But it was really dead, and we kind of struggled to get it to the back, and whoever attacked more towards the front with accuracy got the points. I was just glad that I got the better side of it towards the end and got the win.
7-1 down, I think, in that game that you're referencing. What do you need? I mean, it's a horrible situation to find yourself in any situation, 7-1 down. But what do you have to do? What are you concentrating on in those moments?
Well, to be honest, I was just thinking that I didn't want to get off the court losing it this way. I just wanted to get into some sort of rhythm. Even if he wins it, I just wanted to get into a good rhythm to start the fourth in a better shape. So I just kept going for every point. I forgot about the score, just tried to remember the game plan because I just gave away like a few easy errors. I just wanted to remember how I was playing and like put on a good structure for the rallies. And then a few errors came from his racket, and all of a sudden I found myself back. But I wasn't thinking about the score. I was just thinking about getting back into the match.
And a familiar opponent in the quarterfinal in the shape of Ali Farag, the world #2. A chance if he wins this tournament that he could go to #1. But I'm sure you're going to have something to say about that, aren't you? It looked like you could go up another gear or 2 tonight.
Well, I know I can't think about other people's achievements. I need to think about my own.
Very good answer. Very good answer. How do you beat a player like Ali? Where are his weaknesses, if any? I mean, he looks like a player who's on form.
Well, at this level, we're not looking we're not looking for weaknesses. It's more about finding the right game plan that would give me, that would basically raise my chances, increase my chances to get a win against the opponent. There aren't any sort of obvious weaknesses in his game. It's just the tactics on court those are the things that make the difference on the day. So I'm just looking forward to a day rest. Like a day off tomorrow, and then after tomorrow we'll see how it goes.
Excellent stuff. We've got to come back and do it all again tomorrow, of course, but we'll let you have a day off.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, Tarek Momen.
Okay, thanks.
Well done. Thank you. Well done, Tarek.
What a brilliant match to bring today's play to a close. These two left everything on the court. Full credit to Masotti, testing Tarek Momen, drawing on all areas of the Vipers' experience. By his standards, you'd have to say possibly not the best movement day. Don't ever remember saying that about the Viper. But he'll improve upon that, and he'll need to against Ali Farag, and he's very relieved to come through to the quarterfinals here. But a cracking game of squash nonetheless, played between these two gentlemen of the game.
Well, we're just going to give you a refresh to how this very exciting British Open in both the men and the women. Firstly, the men's draw, the quarterfinals in the top half completed there. The all-Egyptian battle between Farag and Momen, that could be a belter. And then what an opportunity for the Black Falcon or Nikki Muller, both on very, very good form with solid wins in today's play. The women's Hania Hammamy looking strong. She comes up against Tina Gillis. That will be another cracking match. Tina Gillis very solid against Chinapa. Joelle King in tremendous form herself, taking on one of her old rivals, Sarah Jane Perry. So, I mean, we've got to say it. Although some seeds have fallen, we're not seeing Nour El Shabini in the women's competition, sadly, but the squash is very enticing. And this is the lineup. 8 matches, the bottom half of the draw of this last 16. As we go through there, PJ, just give us a pick. One, I'm going to be stingy once again. One of the women's matches and one of the men's matches, please.
Well, I'm actually really looking forward to watching Nour El Tayeb against Naila Gillis. Great to see Tayeb back on tour. She's the 8th seed for this event. Naila Gillis is obviously in some good form herself. Terrific mover. Real contrasting styles there between those two. But then for the men's, you've got to be looking at Yusuf Solomon and Rodriguez. Another opportunity for Rodriguez to create more history coming through to the semi-finals of this event. It's an event that he loves here in Hull, but another absolutely belting lineup, Joey. Cannot wait for tomorrow.
Can't wait either. I mean, there's got to be at least 4 picks there, at least. But anyway, we'll wait until tomorrow. We're going to go and get our beauty sleep. I hope you enjoyed today and this evening's squash. We'll be back at 12 p.m. for this British Open Last 16 Part 2.